back, everyone. I got some more sim gameplay for us today. I will be bringing back the OP-14 slash half of EBO4 Marco deck. A little bit insight on this deck. Marco used to be my main from OP-08 all the way basically up to EBO2 when it kind of started to scatter off a little bit. He just felt really underpowered there, being a 4-life 5k power leader. Marco, he just felt like he was missing a lot of stuff. And then the ST for Ace and Whitebeard came out, and I played that deck for a little bit, kind of took a break. Then I came back recently. I saw Ace, and I tried him out a little bit because he is very similar to Marco, but I just didn't like him as much. Marco is my favorite character in One Piece. He will still always be my favorite leader in the game as of right now. I just love his effect. I love how you can build the deck in so many different ways. Like, I remember back when OP-08 did first release, I played the 9-drop Sanji version, which is very similar to this version, but that was just, you would stack the top of your deck, and you would just play Sanji, play a bid body, like Silver's Rayleigh, and then just start getting rid of everyone. So this deck is a lot more mid-range because of this Ace from OP-08, and also the new addition of this promo Ace, just as the way you can combine these two cards. Let's see. I'm also running the blue Ezo searcher instead of the red one. This one's just better. They're both have the same on-play effect, but this has the on-opponent's attack to trash him, then just at the hand manipulation. Apart from that, the rest of the deck is pretty simple. This Roger's a new addition. He's just Roger. He can win you games out of nowhere that you're just not supposed to win, because if you just get lucky and draw him, he comes out of nowhere. And then my personal favorite tech option is Phoenix Pyre Apple. I think this card is heavily slept on. Just the ability to, if you already have your lead ability, bottom deck any 5k power or less character for 2 Dawn, I think is a really powerful tempo play. And then even if not, you can just use it as a 3k counter for lead in late game, which does really help with some of the new decks and how many swings they can do when we get later in the game. So here, let's rotate this deck to some multiplayer. Alright, let's go against... try against a Green Zoro. Now, second is the best option for this deck. It's just our better curve. And, okay, so here's our hand right now. It's a pretty decent hand. We have the Ezo. So since we'll have 2 Dawn, we know Ezo and lead ability on our first turn. Then second turn, drop the Marco blocker. And so we'll see how that is. Whitey Bay, I barely actually use her on play. I mainly just use her as a searchable 2k. And then we have Otama. That's good for late game. So yeah, we'll Ezo first. We'll grab an Atmos, I believe, would be really helpful in this matchup. And we'll attach one to lead and use lead ability. This Ace is really good. So let's do... we'll put him back on top of the deck for now, as I don't mind drawing him next turn. And that's one right there. Now, if they have a way to rest Ezo, I'm pretty sure Zoro would swing into Ezo just to get his effect. But we'll see. The Zoro matchup I don't have the most testing with in the OP-14 format. I know OP-13, he was hard for me to beat, though a lot of matches are hard. This is a hard leader to use. Do that. And we'll bottom deck an Atmos. I don't really think we need him this time. We'll just take that first hit. No trigger. Alright. Got another rush. On 4 here. We're gonna try and get the Perona, just as that Perona can be used to swing at us later, swing at some of our smaller bodies. And then we'll drop the Marco. Because even if he can rest Marco and swing into him with Zoro, I don't mind taking the draw 2. Like, that is just a thing I'm okay with. I'm always okay with Marco dying. Because he's basically, in OP-08 I used to run Sanji's Pilaf, so that was the 3-toss event to draw 2. And if we just see playing Marco as 4 and he immediately dying and us trying to, it's very similar kind of interaction there. And then Net's turn, depending on what I draw, I would love to ace into either another Marco or an Atmos, but if I can't do that... Okay, now for this one, I do want to counter out of. We'll use both Whitey Bays, as I like saving Otama for late game. Okay, so here, this is really good. So we can attach 1 to lead, uses effect. That red rock will be nice for later. And we'll put back on top of the deck this Marco, and we'll cheat it out with this ace later. And so we'll start with attacking face. And that's why going second's so good, because if we were going first, we'd be on 5 Dawn. I couldn't manipulate the top of the deck for this card. And having the top deck manipulation is just so strong. And then we'll attack with this Marco, just as we know we're going to get another one in play. And having another Sit's Chase swing on this turn is pretty good. And then we get this one, play out another Marco, end our turn. Yeah, this ace is really my favorite card in the deck, probably just because of the ability to play stuff from the top for free. And look, now we have blocker and this. And like I said, I don't mind Marco dying. Drawing 2 is really nice here. And now the question is, if I blocked with, do I block with my second Marco? Gain another 2 cards. Honestly, yeah, I'm okay with this Marco dying. Drawing 4 on that last turn was definitely worth it, especially since we were able to attack with one of our Marcos the turn before. And now look at our hand. We can do the ace and the Marco combo again if we want to. We got another 2K. We have the 7-drop beard, which is a very important card in the deck. Okay, so we're on 8 now. Let's see, there's not a lot of things to really worry about him. I like saving this new date to just, on the turn I play him, and use his ability immediately to KO. But since we don't really need that right now, let's start with just going sit, seeing what they give us. Okay. And now I could play this ace and start attacking face more directly. It's either that or do another ace into Marco combo. I think doing that's better. So we'll put 1 on lead, his ability. Put Marco back on top. I want to leave up a Dawn to use Pyre Apple as a counter. Actually, no. So this Toshiro is really strong because he can protect his Slash characters. He doesn't have any to protect right now, but I can bottom deck him with that. And now, next turn if he plays a Slash, I can then KO him with the 7-drop beard, and he wouldn't have the Toshiro to protect him. So again, Phoenix Pyre Apple is my favorite tech option I currently run. I think it does a lot of work in the deck. And yeah, our card advantage is really good right now. Because again, if he does want to try to attack us, I don't mind giving up Marco ever. I will always take that trade. Very few times I will try and like heavily protect Marco. I guess if it's very early game, maybe. Or if I can try lethal the next turn. Like, I could, on my next turn, play 2 of these 5-drop rush aces. And if he doesn't KO anything, get a bunch of swings. But he'll probably get rid of at least 1 or 2 of my characters. Or if he plays a big enough character, I'll play this new date in response. This ace, I might just bottom deck with lead ability when I use it. It's a very good card, but mainly for early to middle game. now that we're starting to get into the later bits of the game, it's not as important. We will definitely be getting rid of this as well on our next turn. Or not. Okay, this is good. Okay, so now's where we have to think, would we rather use Whitebeard to get rid of the Law or the Tashigi? Both are good options. We'll let this one... We'll let that one go through. Then he's run 8. For 8, I'll just give him both 2 Ks from my hand again. And he has 1 Dawn Up. I don't remember if Zoro runs any counter events. I know he has the 3 cost event to restand himself, but don't have to worry about that right now. So I want to save Red Rot for a way later turn, but I'm thinking we will do the 7 Whitebeard, dash on the lead, use lead ability. We will bottom deck this one. And we want to use his ability to get rid of the Law right now. And then we'll just attack into Tashigi. He will be able to counter out of it, most definitely. But this way, at least, we'll get a lot of cards out of his hand. So we'll go... Eight into 7, trying to get 2K out of his hand. Alright. Then we'll go 7 to 7. Just try and starve his hand as much as possible. And then he does have a lot of ways to rest this Marco. I will not be surprised if he does get rested. But I'm interested to see if he tries to swing bid into New Date to kill him or not. As I might just let that happen, since I do have another one in my hand and he doesn't know that I do. Or, actually here I want a Marco. That way it'll force him to maybe attach on to Tashigi and give me more resources if he really wants to get rid of that New Date. But since he doesn't know I have a second New Date, this could really see how much he's willing to put into removing him. Because this New Date is really strong. Getting rid of a 5k power or less character each turn. Especially mess with lead ability. Yep, see that was what I was trying to do. He's wasting resources that he wouldn't normally have to. We'll give him a 1k rush, because I don't think I'm going to play this rush next turn. Alright. And then this is actually a good trade for us. He used pretty much his whole turn trying to get rid of this New Date. We can just give him 2 2Ks, and that gives us an amazing tempo play, because we don't mind taking life here. Still leaves us on 2. We have enough. Healthy enough for this. Okay. So now we have a lot of options. Can play the second New Date, and then that just makes his turn extra hard for him, because he'll, instead of having to just remove 1, he has to remove 2. I think that's what I'm going to do. So, New Date. This Marco's really nice. I think I'll do him. We'll use the New Date I just played to KO Tashigi, so I can attack with this one. I want to leave up a Dawn for Pyre Apple right now, just because having an event there might be nice. So we'll go 7. I'm thinking going 2 7s and an 8 at life is a pretty good mix. 7, 7. Oh, he might have a trigger here. Maybe. I don't know what triggers this deck runs. I'm not too versed on the Zoro deck. And then go 8. does give him a lot of cards in hand, but if he goes down to 0, we will have this Roger. Again, this is why I run the one Rogers. It can come up sometimes. Yep, he takes it. I think with the Pyre Apple, we should be okay on 2 life, unless he uses like multiple of the restand events. If he does that, then, you know, good game to him. I didn't expect it, but I think that was the best we could have done. Get rid of the Tashigi. Yep, he goes 12. I'm okay with getting rid of that. He definitely has the restand event. There's sort of my other one. 12. I'm okay with taking that, yeah. And he has a lot of cards in hand. I think 5, 6, 13 is really good, so here, let's see what we get from just going 6. Yes, we have us a 2K here. Yep. It's 1. We'll go 5, get another card out of his hand. And then we should be good just dropping Roger here. And yep. Should be good. Alright, that was a pretty good game. They missed a few things they actually never saw at Cavendish, but we hit a really good thing. Getting those 2 new dates and protecting the first one was really important. As you saw, we held the red out the whole time. We didn't need to. There are some cases when I probably should have bottom decked that, but we had those promo aces that we just saw too late in the game, so those are always a great card to bottom deck. And this really showed just the power of this 4-drop Marco.